গুড্ডুর বাচ্চা।
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
আমি কমছে কোনো ধ্বনি আল্লাহ আরো বেশি
Namaste. Hello, can you listen me?
Yeah.
Okay, can you please explain me? I'm very new to this platform, so can you please explain me what is developer committee WG?
Developer Experience Working Group.
What?
Yeah. You mean this meeting, right?
Yeah, I'm in this meeting.
All right. So this meeting is a Developer Experience Working Group. Well,
I roll. Sorry to interrupt.
yeah.
Please,
So let me remember what this is about. So Developer Experience Working Group is part of Cardano community. Currently represented by developer advocates and efforts Cardano makes to help people learn software programming, and in particular learn Cardano. So we kind of talk about our interests and goals here in the ecosystem, and why do we do what we do.
okay. So just for clarification, I want to share you my work and experience with you, and please give me advice. It is suitable for Cardano's goal or not. I am an independent researcher, research in genetic engineering and biotechnology. So,
Okay.
I predict a model, genetic sequencing model, which can deliver a breakthrough result in sequencing like COVID-19 like disease and in Cardano longevity activities like SART6 gene. It is the energy codon model.
Oh, you posted in the research working group today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me read that for context, because hi, Austin.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah, Discord and the message in the research working group. Okay. Research working group for the predicting disease mutation. Oh. Okay. Good, interesting question. I suggest
it is already proven. My solution already proven, and it is also like a software developed things. Because when you predict the energy codon model, you should use AI or software to generate the T cell or B cell sequence, lots of T cell and B cell sequence. So it is used the software to done the rest of the thing. You can use AI or anything to do the rest.
I miss background needed to understand what you're talking about because
Acha, okay. Let me explain.
do you have a paper or anything?
Yeah.
that
I have a paper and proposal submission and my Dakar certificate where I have already applied for licensing. So can I? How can I give you the paper?
I will tag you in Discord in channel. Oh, that's already where you posted in the research working group.
Yeah.
Oh, how can I help you then? Well, you see, yeah, don't know what to tell. So research working group. It had.
Let me explain what is the benefit of to support this proposal. The first benefit is if we do the licensing properly, we can generate lots of vaccine, lots of pharmaceuticals, medicine, and lots of medicine that is which are not previously discovered. The energy codon model will discover new approach to diagnostic and various approach to many types of. One second, please.
Okay. Hey, Austin.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. What a strange place Intersect is. I don't understand what he's talking about. Some medical research, medtech. I have no idea about medtech.
I don't either. Let me, he said he posted it in the research working group.
Yeah. What the hell?
I don't even see that in the Discord. How you been?
You see, calendar. This is very. World is going insane. How are you doing?
Doing well. Doing well.
Yeah, world has gone insane. Doing well. Yeah.
Dude.
How are you joining? What's on your mind?
Oh, not a lot. Yeah, I attended the product working group yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, had a good conversation with those guys. They're really nice and welcoming, and
Oh yeah, I remember you posting about that.
yeah, they sent me the product working group repository thing. So I've just been going through that, learning about everything that they've got going on, what their goals are. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Personally, I passed the project management professional exam a couple weeks ago, so that was cool. Now
Oh,
a
that's-
certified pimp.
Come again?
I'm now like a certified PMP, so that was good. I've been wanting to get that certification for a long time.
Oh, nice. I also want to get certification, but I'm kind of always thinking to myself, do I have to do this? And I don't have many certificates at all. Now, Cardano Foundation gave me a voucher for like certification program, but I have to go to Ho Chi Minh, and I was procrastinating on that since the build was like a month now. And I was just when I thought, oh, I have to go like next week, and the same day I got the news like, oh, I got an email, you got elected for the civics committee. And I thought, well, that's kind of a credential in its own way. And I was like, yeah, okay, but maybe I should, I don't know.
Where do you have to go for it?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I have to travel to the city. I live in a village, in a remote area.
Oh,
So it's like 4 hours from Ho Chi Minh, which is the capital of Vietnam.
oh, nice. Okay.
Or is it Hanoi? I don't know. So there's two big cities, the biggest cities, Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh, are both capitals. And so Ho Chi Minh is in the south. It's where I am, and like a bus drive. Vietnam doesn't have. It has a railroad actually, yeah. So it's a bus drive from my place or a train ride from a city nearby. So it's rest of the world, pretty much. Yeah,
I've heard really good things about Vietnam. I heard it's a beautiful place.
indeed, it's a nice place. I really like it here more than I liked Egypt because it's just desolate, and Vietnam is quite, it's like a lot of green, and it's quite like it's not so hot as in yeah.
Yeah, I just moved from the desert. I was born and raised in New Mexico. So, nice to
Yeah.
be somewhere where there's grass and trees and stuff.
Yeah. So, do you mind if we jump back, or do you have something that you wanted to discuss also?
No, yeah, I might need some help setting up a node again, or at least the link to do so. I think you sent me some stuff. Okay, yeah, the Andiamo or
Andamio, yeah, Andamio. Yeah, that's so. The thing is, this group we used historically for people who wanted to learn programming, as I said, and I came to the group, and I'm going to share the group as a volunteer 2 years ago, and it's a way to keep engaged with Cardano because if you volunteer, nobody can fire you, so you are in the community forever, and so you kind of do what you want, but it's about life, and look out for things to do. And so I was teaching kiteboarding, and chairing the group in time, and learning programming. So that was the developer experience working group when I was kind of the main driver. And then I ran out of steam because developer experience is is a cool. Yeah, I see the question. Just a moment. All right, I lost my thought. Sorry. So, Mohammed, you submit a proposal in Idea Scale website when it's open. I will share the website with you now. And Idea Scale, Cardano.com. So Idea Scale is our platform for community validation. You have an idea, you want to build it, and there is a blocker that nobody understands it. Like I don't understand medical stuff, like and the biotechnology at all, because I'm a simple guy, I'm a kiteboarding instructor. And so we have this process called Catalyst. The website guides you through a series of questions where the community worked out a kind of method to help you out to outline your proposal in detail so that people can comment on it. And then the voting happens, and people voting and commenting on the proposal is your feedback. And in 3 years in Cardano, I haven't been able to pass one proposal. Well, I was able to pass one, so it's a very challenging process. But otherwise, yeah, the link that I shared, Cardano idscale.com, and check it out, see what's there. And ask more questions. That's what I can say. Well, you post in the chat. I can only repost in Discord, where you in the research working group, and hope somebody replies. Sometimes they do. I don't understand what you're saying here with the text, because I don't have the background. Doesn't change the fact that I don't understand what you're talking about. And to talk about it needs to be someone who understands what you're talking about. And I don't have anyone who would be able to comprehend who I know directly, okay? Except outside Cardano. So maybe you can post on the effective altruism forum, and people expose your idea there, and people maybe support you there because they are interested, effective altruism, but in particular interested in biotechnology, which
Okay.
you know.
Let me ask you one question.
Okay.
One of the Cardano's view is human longevity, isn't it right? Human longevity research.
Human research. I don't know.
Like age related.
I don't do research at the moment, you know. I'm not qualified to do research. And it's a highly complex task which I don't put myself into, you know, and so I don't know what you're talking about again. As you're saying, Cardano focuses research on longevity. I have no freaking idea. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. But I just want to know, because I don't get the proper way or proper site for application submission or proposal submission site. So
Two links
if
that
you
I shared in the comments in the chat
okay,
are good to follow from my perspective. This is just,
okay,
you know,
okay,
like guy on the internet answering the questions, which I mean, I understand the questions in the words, but I don't understand the meaning, you know. And so I get the tension that you express so far as I am able to comprehend it as a human being.
like just a simple question. What do I? How do I submit my proposal?
To idea scale in the like you follow the link in the idea scale that I shared with you.
Yeah.
And there, I suppose, Project Catalyst, view ideas, community lending. Oh, good question. There is a button in the top right screen. It's called Submit, and it has a plus.
Okay.
So for the moment, it's disabled, unfortunately.
Project Catalyst, view ideas.
Yeah, and on the top and the right in my screen, I can see button is plus submit. And so, unfortunately, this button is.
I don't
like
find
disabled.
the button.
Okay, yeah. I mean, how can I help you find the button?
Okay, I can share the screen.
Okay.
Okay, let me. What is the shared screen? Can you see it?
Mm, oh, so you have to register first, right? You have on the top right register button. So you have to fill out the information that is like and follow the form in the register. Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that is the thing. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I will try. I'm on a. I'll try on later.
Yeah. Okay.
So you are the first person I'm talking to in the community. So how can I be your friend?
uh, how can I be my friend? How can I be my friend? You know, how can you be my friend? Well, is internet all about links and websites? I can share with you this repository called the Developer Experience Working Group. And
Okay.
not the right link. And so you can book a meeting with me there at any time, as well as two other people of the same inclination to help and guide. Our mission is to guide junior developers on a path to learning programming and contributing to open source projects, right? So if you want to follow our mission and contribute to open source projects, welcome to the Developer Experience Working Group and learn with us how do I write a computer program, like I'm
Okay.
a kind of
You are experienced with software development in GitHub. Okay, right?
Well, I'm not that experienced. I know GitHub because I used it a little bit.
Okay, just simple. We can develop the coding by ChatGPT or some AI. So simple is that my energy codon system just uh, take 6 amino acid and then 6 amino acid means 18 nucleotide, 18 codon, 18 codon nucleotide.
I
So
want
that
to
will
just
be
break you
rearranged.
here for the moment. Wait, if we can continue, this will be not very effective because I don't understand again. Like they're talking about some technical things and quite a narrow, which I need to read about. And if you have a paper, submit it in a research working group, so I can read
Okay.
it, and I understand what you're talking about. And I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty dumb, if I read the paper and I
Okay,
90% of papers I read, I don't understand.
I'll submit my paper in the research group.
Yeah, do good point. Maybe what I mean, yeah, try this. Fergie is not very often on Discord. Uh, I'll read it if I have something. I will comment because if I understand anything, because it's so like just out of what I know at all. Let's talk about Harry Covert correspondence.
Okay.
Because we are computer geeks, we talk about computer programs and how we, how can we reason about computer programs? So like a model is a computer program, for example, and how do you make assertions about a program? And that's like what interests me, and med technology and like biotechnology. I just don't have understanding of how it's so far away from what I can understand. Trying to explain this to me, and I just understand like in 2 sentences. I stop following because I don't understand.
Okay, I will submit the project details and I will contact with you, and
Okay.
I will try to explain you in simpler word. You have 18 words. You have to rearrange it in a value of uh, energy. That the 18 words should be the same energy. The energy was given. That was the thing. Okay, I will explain it later, and
Wait. I missed it. Okay. Yeah, but I already lost it. Like what?
Yeah. Let's
Talk
make it
slower
later.
if you can. Yeah, or just
No.
let me read it. Do you understand, Austin?
Mohammed, are you interested in programming? Do you want funding for your research? What is your goal with Cardano?
1 second, please. 1 second, please. Let me copy the link you have provided, because neither I have lost it. Just give me 1 second, and thank you for your time.
Okay.
Open it. Scale.
Oh, meanwhile, Austin, you had a question about the Cardano node. You want around?
Okay, yeah.
You want to run the node on Windows, if I remember correctly, right? Just wait a bit.
Yeah. So I have Ubuntu set up on a virtual machine. So I guess I just need to know the next step.
Next step is setting up Nix on the virtual machine.
Next, yeah.
Yeah. Is like if you're running just Linux inside the virtual machine, should be okay. I talked to Bernard, and Bernard says the other thing. He says you shouldn't. He says you should do dual boot. I mean, it's like if you have Windows and Linux on one machine, it's a pain in the back all the time. And he's like, yeah. So here you can do the best is just trying some experience, trial and error. And yeah, try to install Nix. If that works, then your developer experience would be much better. And I would suggest that maybe the architecture of the whole thing would be so that you have some way of running Nix in Windows, and then using Nix you can run Cardano node. Would be easiest. But how to run Nix on Windows is a challenge, which I again is like So maybe it's as you do virtual machine, dual boot should work for sure, but it's much more like pain in the back to set it up. And
Okay.
yeah, we've read last time in the guide there was like about Windows subsystem for Linux, and installing Nix there as like the third option to achieve the same result. And so is in a sense of open source ideology and not wasting effort. It's always a challenge for me. For example, okay, I have did this. I now have better understanding of the architecture and how the thing works. But then it makes like I think a little bit back, and maybe I should like step a couple of steps back and start from the beginning, the other path. And that's a pain in the head of every programmer, I suppose. So yeah, yeah, try to find a way to run Nix on Windows. If you can do that, just running Cardano node would be very simple. It's one command, two if you want to wait. Yeah. So,
Okay.
with questions, maybe.
Okay, so okay, yeah. Thanks for reminding me about the Nix. I still have the history in my browser, but I forgot what it was called.
Mm.
So I'll install this, and then this is essentially a compiler of sorts.
Nix.
What is Nix?
Nix is a whole programming language, actually. But your intuition is right in the sense that it's so Nix. The fun thing about it is some people, they think that actually Linux is broken. Because they say, you know, when Linux Store was invented, Linux, like 40, 50 years ago, I don't know, but they didn't have a good way of thinking about computer programs in a like rigorous way, in a way that makes reasoning about them more comfortable. And so they say, like, if we do it the other way, it'll be much better system, you know, much more easy to understand, much more reliable, much more thing. And so they wrote a programming language which implements this idea. And the thing is, we are doing functional programming, right? And so there's only two things in functional programming: functions and types. And so it's like a noun and a verb, you know, like operation and the thing that is operated upon.
Mm-hmm.
And so Nix, if you look at it as a function, it takes two kind of inputs, like the state of your computer and the state of what it calculates, you know, when you tell it what you want to achieve. And so you can tell a computer by code. In Nix, you can tell a computer, okay, build this, like download these types, like this program, and so forth. And you use them to build this program, which I want to run after with options like this and this. And it just generates a lot of shell scripts under the hood, if I understand it correctly. But there's, like, I'm using it every day because it's very convenient, actually. And very nice UX as just a, you know, computer user. But it's very peculiar in a way that, you know, to use it, you have to understand Git, for example. And it's one of, like, using Windows, you don't understand Git. But if in Nix, it's kind of woven into how the operating system works a little bit. And so because you manage operating system by writing computer code. And so if you want to install software, change behavior, like on of your computer on a certain level, you can do it by just changing the computer code that describes the system, and then regenerating the system, like the whole thing, and so it rebuilds the system in a new way. And so, like, that's what Nix is a huge project, I think, on par with Cardano on the number of people involved and just user activities. Like, amazing project. Functional programming is just a great international community, people who are interested in mathematics and elegant programming. You know? Functional programming is, in this way, a kind of a cult of, I don't know, knowledge and.
That's interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard about this.
Yeah.
So Cardano, the node is written in Haskell.
Mm-hmm.
So when you run Nix, you're treating that Haskell code as a function and manipulating it.
So Cardano node is a computer program, and computer program consists in itself of many other computer programs, libraries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, yeah, so like you want to do, I don't know, like calculus, you need addition and multiplication. And so if you write like a computer language for this or a computer program for this, you write a module with less addition subtraction, and you use abstracting it upwards to what you want to achieve. And so it's Haskell under the hood, but Haskell has many libraries. You know, that's one of the things is architecture software, and software can be executable, something that user runs and it does operations. Or it can be libraries which provide convenient way of thinking about other programs. So it's very inconvenient to keep a lot of things in mind when you're doing computer programming. And so what people do, they group kind of similar things that they do in basically in files on the hard drive. What in architecture of software is called modules in Haskell. And so when you build a complex program like Cardano node, it consists a lot of modules. And the modules, they have dependencies, which are other libraries, you know, and so software which was written just by totally independent people somewhere, you know, maybe years ago, maybe just, I mean, actively maintained, but has no relationship to Cardano project, for example. And so you need to, each of these in the chain, they need to be present so that computer program works, because it will refer to them at some point in a higher and abstraction chain. It needs to understand what it's doing. So it will go, okay, I'm submitting a transaction. So for the transaction, I need to calculate the area under the curve. So to calculate area under the curve, I use the calculus, you know, and for calculus, I need a mathematical module or like library somewhere just belongs to Haskell, but not to Cardano. And so Nix is the thing that automates all this stuff. It just has instructions for thousands of packages how to build them using Nix again. And so when you do Nix programming, you refer to Nix packages often. It's just a huge repository of software which is available for Nix, and it allows to build everything, including Cardano node and other things, because it's super customizable. It's just amazing kind of. But yeah, as you said, like it's not a compiler, but it's a build. It relates to builds. So, and how computer software becomes from an idea to something that can be like do something in the real world. And so part of that is translating it from symbols that a human can understand, programming language, into the language that, and that's compiler do. But the compiler is just the basis of the whole build system. And so Nix is just like a compiler, but it does just so much more because modern programming is so complex, and to build a it's just not, compiler is not enough. So it automates on top of the compiler a lot of things that you routinely do with software when you test it, run it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll get started on this, and this week I'll do my best to get it running and play around with it a little bit.
Check out the Gov tool while it's still on, you know, because there's some debates there, and I don't know. It's like, where does all the activity on Cardano happen? It's all on Twitter, and now because everybody, the thing is, they are all the Cardano people. They discuss the Gov tool, and the Gov tool is and it's a fun project, but they say it can end at like any moment. And so we understand that probably IOG and Hoskinson, they will, and other like stakeholders who are could be thought of the, like, you know, deep secret, maybe not so secret cabal of people who decide what happens to Cardano. We kind of want to create a fear of missing out in this organization somehow. I don't know. And then we got yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I noticed it says funding for GovTool is at risk. Is that actually a concern, or?
I suppose it is, because like we want to enable access using just simple user interface, and that's what GovTool does. I don't understand still what happens if it goes offline. It's going to be, I suppose Cardano is going to crash. That's what I think.
That's bad.
I don't know. I'm very pessimistic, you know, just in general over my life. People find it annoying.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you need a hug. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the. I don't know if there's a way to preserve our chat with these meetings. I couldn't.
Oh, if you remind me, I will find it because that's actually the meeting is being transcribed and recorded, and so it's somewhere in the private drive in Intersect organization. And
Okay.
yeah, I can look at it, but yeah, can I share it? That's the question. I suppose I can. Yeah.
Okay. Not maybe not so much for this time, but yeah, I was trying to find the links you sent, and I was like, where are they?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's. I suppose it's better to send links in Discord and use Discord for that.
Yeah.
But Meet doesn't preserve information.
Right.
But I have to tell them to ask them to switch off the recording because this is crazy. I cannot be myself when I'm recording. We even go on Twitter and just do it in public.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'll tackle this, and I'll let you know if I have any questions. I'm sure I will.
Yeah, you know where to find me if you'd like to meet and have questions, like discuss something in between these meetings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Mohammed, do you have any other questions? I think you're still muted. I think you're still muted, Mohammed, if you're trying to talk.
Oh, I've just tried to show the model. I have uploaded my model in the message box. So
I don't think it's a good use of anyone's time, man. Because
okay.
if you want to describe it, it's better save it somewhere on GitHub. Because this chat is gonna, I mean, yeah. And I'm gonna go in like maybe. I suppose I missed my meeting already, but well, I can go at the top of the hour.
Okay. Thank you so much for the link.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say?
It is
Welcome.
very good. It is very good to talk with you because I have no friend in Cardano's group or Intersect MBO. You are the first person I'm talking to, so it is very lively.
Yeah, I understand your critique here because I'm not being my best self for sure. It's been quite a difficult month. But I think for everyone, right? Because this like 2020, which year is now? Damn. No, 2025 or 2026? 2025. Right?
25.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
Which country do you live?
I'm now in Vietnam.
I'm in Bangladesh now.
Bangladesh. Oh, so where are you going?
Okay, you tell me that you have another meeting, so you can join your another meeting. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, I wish you the best. Sorry, I'm not the best person to talk about this because like this sequence of what I'm call, I don't know what I'm call, the feels very intimidating, So to be able to comprehend it in a span of one meeting, even if it were to last a couple of hours or maybe 3 or 4 hours. So yeah, I don't think it'd be a good use of our time to keep discussing this proposal in the group, because it's not the focus of the group. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I would be very happy if I could refer you to somewhere where you could develop the proposal and to expose it to some expert. I will ask around in the effective altruism forum, and I'll reach out to you in Discord in around research working group. But I cannot make a promise about this because this is just quite a bit of thing not top of my mind right now. I can maybe make it top of my mind right now, but tomorrow morning it will not be. I know myself. So I will keep an eye on opportunity to someone who is interested in bioresearch.
Sure.
It's just I'm not in that community at all. I haven't talked to people. Last time I talked to people who did know something about, was in the effective altruism club, and they have a whole community there of people interested in biosecurity. And so I shared the forum with you not for no reason, because this is where you could express your idea. It could be seen by people who might understand it, as apart from myself.
If you please refer me to the people who understand my project or who is technical in this issue, so I'll be very grateful to you.
Oh,
I'll be very glad.
Okay, let's see. Yeah. So, but again, you will need to sign up because there's a website, a forum. And so there's a forum where...
Intersect MBO, the website?
No, it's effective altruism. Intersect has probably, I don't know. I can...
Oh, okay.
You see what, you know why I'm skeptical? Because you talk about all these things.
I found the link.
Yeah, because I haven't met anyone who does anything biological on Cardano. If you go through the IdeaScale website and look for the proposals there, if you just click on the link like there in the top and see the proposals that were submitted and use the search. Do you know how to use search on the phone?
Yeah.
It's the same search on the IdeaScale website. You can search the proposals there and find people who understand something about like the things that you are doing and reach out to them. I can do that for you and report to you next week. I might forget again. I think this is like in a sort of where you are the source and this is your proposal. You have to take the initiative and go to do these things, explore the effective altruism forum because there's people there who have some idea about bio things. Then explore IdeaScale because there might be some people who do something between blockchain and bioresearch on Cardano. Just haven't met anyone in 3 years. And so I'm kind of maybe like closed in my own loop. But again, I could search this for you, but it's better like doing that yourself. IdeaScale, looking out for proposals who talk about similar things, reaching out to the people, talking to them, and writing and maybe trying to call to express your idea and to get the feedback. Because you're trying to get the feedback from me on your idea, and my constant feedback is I cannot have an opinion on this. I have no idea. This is just outside of my realm of knowledge, pretty much at all. And outside of the scope of this working group, because this is the focus meeting. If you were to talk about how to run a Cardano node or how to contribute to open source project, be much more welcome. It's not the scope of this meeting.
What is open source project? Can you explain?
Open source project is an idea related to programming. Can you talk about your experience in programming a little bit?
I don't program. I just just as I uploaded in the chat box, I tell ChatGPT to create a set where each set of 20 amino acid sequence, each set will contain 20 amino acid, and now they rearrange them in a set with 6 amino acid where the net energy change level is 38.6 kilojoule per mole. And we have 2.2 billion gene in our body. So, you know.
Well, this sounds like something important, but I don't understand because of the numbers, and I'm not too good with the numbers like this. I have no idea again. So it sounds like something good, and my response is, if I were to...
The sequence will just simple is what is that the sequence will generate antibody and antigen to your antibody and antigen to our body.
Yeah, wait, but let's go back a step and talk about Cardano. How does Cardano have anything to do with this? Because Cardano is a blockchain project. We talk about blockchain and preserving quality of information. It's a database, you know, expensive database where you try to decide what things you keep in the database and how do you arrange logic with these data pieces so that you can transfer value between different entities. And it has nothing to do with biotechnology. So why then, what's your question to Cardano? What's your goal on Cardano?
Yeah, just let me clarify you. The sequence you showed, if the sequence is, it is a airborne sequence, and if the sequence is transmitted by frequency,
See you later, Mohammed. I think we lost you.
Atonement for our sins. I use AI intensively in my different things.
Yeah, I guess that's the way to program these days.
It works sometimes amazingly, but always I have to, you know, if I'm the expert who created the code, I can
it
at
will
least
create
say
a COVID-19 like pandemic. So frequency can
I beg your pardon. Just stop for a moment. You know what, Mohammed?
You're breaking up a lot. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like when I have it help me with engineering problems sometimes, and it almost always gets it wrong. At least the first time, I have to make it work.
Yeah, I had this session with my two friends where we stayed for 3 hours because some guys showed up and they wanted to take a conflict resolution session, and I'm a certified conflict resolution practitioner, and so I just showed up and I didn't talk at all. And so somewhere after the meeting, I realized that neither myself nor anyone present were able to understand what was talked about. And it makes me very conscientious anytime in the discussion, you know, am I understanding what is being said? And how can I help? And often it's just shut up and listen. And it's a very precious, very little moments, you know, when you're able actually to say some things to the person who is describing the problem. That's why it's nice to have a scope of the meetings, and so that you concentrate the questions and the answers, and there's more probability that there's kind of some connection that can happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, having an agenda, and
Yeah,
orchestrator.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, well, at least it reminds me that, I should be grateful for what I have.
It's true.
Bangladesh.
Do you have a beach near you?
Yeah, I do.
Ooh, should go there today. That sounds nice.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Sounds, yeah. I don't know.
Well, the beach is about an hour and a half drive from me, so that's to be a special trip.
Yeah, 1.5 hours is not too bad. My parents live. If I have to move back with my parents, that's no beach. Yeah.
Then you have to live with your parents too.
Huh?
And then you have to live with your parents too.
I might have to.
Really?
If I cannot pay my rent, what can I do?
Mm.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's stressful.
Well, it's like a guy is going on a car somewhere in the middle of Bangladesh talking to AI and working on a research paper in the process. Quite stressful too. And we should be grateful for what we have.
It's very true. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what should we do?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I should probably start getting ready for work, but
Yeah, I have to go get my rent. Because if I don't,
that's
I had a
important.
meeting. Yeah, I had a meeting at 7 with the guy who should give me some money, fiat to spend here.
Okay.
And I said, sorry, but I have a work meeting. What is the hell is your work if I'm giving you money?
That's a hard question.
Yeah. Hey, it's amazing to think about why people do open source development like this. And
Yeah, it's great. It's a good cause.
yeah. Yeah. I keep myself motivated with effective altruism. The guys say, if you don't do anything, the world is gonna end. And so for me, it's a bit of a, but it's super stressful, Like if you keep thinking the world is gonna end if you don't act, you also make very many stupid acts.
Yeah, no, that's a really stressful way to live.
Yeah, and so it's like a trolley problem, Sometimes you act and sometimes you don't act.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But it's like a trolley, each act or don't act is like different path of a trolley.
Yeah. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I hope you're able to pay your rent. And
Oh yeah, I hope. I mean, I'm whining. To be honest, I'm whining. I'm just being a little pushy right now. I don't know. I have to kind of find a way to go work through this because really my life is amazing, and this old doomerism that I experience from time to time is just I don't know what it depends on. Doesn't depend on how much weed I smoke or like. Yeah, I know one thing it depends on. I should find a girlfriend. I'll be very happy with. Yeah.
yeah. It's me sometimes too. It's usually going for a hike and breathing in some fresh air and just resetting usually helps for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, staying at home all the time is just very dangerous. you get used very quickly. You get very comfortable very quickly, but then start to get very kind of, and yeah, going out. And that's why it's better here than in Egypt, because there I had no friends and there was no really active community at all.
Oh yeah, and you're in the desert. That sounds really depressing.
Yeah, and so I'm yeah.
I also have some cats too. They keep me company. Okay. All right, Alex. I hope you have a really good day, man.
Wish you a good day. It's the morning, yeah.
Yep. Yep. 6 a.m.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad day for me. It's pretty it's 8 p.m. and it was a pretty good day. Yeah, it was. I feel guilty about the guy a little bit.
Mohammed?
Huh?
Mohammed, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The question. Yeah.
I don't think he was approaching it very well.
Well, is the approach, you have to separate approach from the problem, and be kind of take words at face value and be open, and that's a thing that I should be doing more, because this is a sort of a front-facing part of Cardano. People come and hey, this is our garbage collectors. Hello, start working. I want to be a Cardano guy. What do you do? I collect garbage for Developer Experience Working Group. I'm not very good at it either, as you see. It's like should be better.
Oh yeah. No, I think you're fine. You're welcoming. You gave him what he needed. He was just kind of pushy.
I think I encountered this. No, nobody makes this research, but yeah, I actually do. I met a research paper, but it was somewhere in the website reprint. And they say, like, when you start using AI a lot, what happens, you go through a lot of text, and it feels very organic somehow, that the text is being just generated on demand. It doesn't make it, less of a thing that triggers your threat reaction. Is like finding things that don't make sense. And so reading it, and it's like there's inconsistencies in law. It doesn't have logic. It has language constructs. And so when you read this text, and then you kind of, they say people lose critical thinking at the moment, like when they are burnt out from using AI. And yeah, what I felt was just swinging mood, between some just awe and wonder. I lay back, I watch the stars and just think about how the world works, and it's just so pleasant. And then the next day is just, I'm having an anxiety attack somewhere in the bush, like what I had in March. Like I ended up with all my things packed in the bush, not knowing where to go, calling my friend, like, oh man. And then I dropped the call before it started, because I was like, he's gonna not have any idea what to say, Why would I do that? And so I was looking at my phone and thinking, what the hell am I supposed to do right now? But I think it comes with the time that we live in, because I don't know. How's that on your side? But on my side, the news. It's like either you work all the time and don't read the news, or you get very depressed very quickly.
Oh yeah, definitely limit your news intake these days.
Yeah,
it's rough out there.
Yeah. Outside of control.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you know if I have any problems or anything, and hope you have a good night, Alex. Good luck with everything.
Yeah, good luck with your day. Keep trying. Let's hope Intersect doesn't rag. And in some time, we'll be kicking Fergie's ass in the research working group. Hey, we wrote a research paper using AI. I tried to read it.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah. It's not the saddest story about AI that I know, and I'm not going to tell you the saddest story. Yeah, I'm gonna go and meet with the guy who will hopefully sell me some dollars.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, see you. Bye.
Bye, Alex. Good luck.